Hello, welcome to another edition of Trial by Magus with an introduction to American heavy fighters. For this I have selected another Tier 5 aircraft, the Lockheed P-38F Lightning. Now the P-38 was an interesting aircraft historically. This is something that was being developed through the mid to late 30s, and it took us quite a while to figure out how to get it to work right. It's a twin-engine fighter that was designed for high speed and long range, and as such the aircraft was used in the European theater to escort bombers on missions that the fighters could not reach the endpoints of until the arrival of the P-51 Mustang and her external drop fuel tanks. After that, the P-38F Lightning was sent to the Pacific Theater, where in the island hopping campaigns she was quite useful because she could be launched from an island air base and go far away from where she had been launched from. These aircraft were used in the assassination of Imperial Japanese Navy Admiral Isoroku Yamamoto, who was the planner of the Pearl Harbor attack. These aircraft right here ambushed his aerial convoy in airspace that the Japanese did not expect to run into opposition from because it was outside of the range of our normal fighters. So we used the Lightnings here and caught them by surprise. The Germans called this aircraft the Twin-Tailed Devil, and the Japanese learned to fear it as well. In-game, the 38F Lightning is an apex predator at Tier 5. She exists to hunt down and destroy other large twin-engine aircraft that fly at high altitudes. In the current iteration of the game, this would be other heavy fighters and bombers. There's no heavy fighter at Tier 5 that is faster than the Lightning, and there is no heavy fighter that can outmaneuver her. She is a hard counter to pretty much every heavy fighter she will come up against. And her selection of guns here in the front is quite capable of eliminating bombers as well. Very good at eliminating the non-player bombers that get summoned by command facilities. Let's take a look at her equipment here. She has 4 .50 caliber machine guns clustered around her central cannon, and that starts out as a 23mm Madsen, can be upgraded to a 20mm Ma Deuce, and the final incarnation for that cannon is a 37mm M4. The range on these cannons is 520 for the 37, it's about average, 700 for the 20mm, and 680 for the 23mm. Now, I recommend that if you can regularly hit your target with the 37mm cannon, you should go with that. The amount of damage this thing puts out is just insane. It's like the central gun on a Yak or an Airacobra. So if you can hit with that gun, use it. But if you find yourself having difficulty with its low rate of fire or its somewhat derpy accuracy, the 20mm Ma Deuce is a great substitute and much better for dogfighting. Putting this on here will actually make you better at dogfighting other heavy fighters, and will make it easier to hit light fighters while they're going evasive. It does make it more difficult to take down bombers, but it's still quite doable. Optional equipment. This thing has the option to mount either a pair of bombs or 12 4.5-inch M8 rockets. And those rockets do 750 damage each with a blast radius of 30, and they're mounted in clusters off to each side of the fuselage and slung underneath the wings there. If you have the XP, I recommend the rockets over the bombs. They're more versatile. You can fire off all those rockets against a flight of bombers, or use them in a strafing attack against ground targets. For optional equipment, the P-38 does not have a rear gunner, so I recommend you go for a toughness build on her with improved covering and reinforced airframe to reduce the possibility of your wings or tail taking damage, reducing your maneuverability, which is something the P-38 relies upon in order to kill other heavies, and also giving her engine some protection, which is what she relies on in order to escape from light fighters. Crew skills. Your first 5 points should all go into engine abilities. So that's Engine Guru 1 and then 2. After that, pretty much the sky's the limit. If you're going for mostly high altitude interdiction, you could go for cruise flight to give yourself more engine power when you're not in combat and you're traveling from one point to another. Or you can go for something that will double up with the optional equipment you put on here. With the build I've used, my next 2 points will probably go into Protection Expert, just to make further use of my improved covering and reinforced airframe. Another possibility is the Raptor Strike, but you got to be really careful when going into dives with the P-38F Lightning, because as it did historically, the P-38F suffers from what's called a compression stall when you're diving. The air moves over the control surfaces so fast and with so much force that the pilot had difficulty pulling her out of a dive after she had reached maximum dive speed. This was corrected in later models with the use of hydraulics in order to assist the pilot in moving the maneuvering surfaces. Tactics-wise, the P-38F Lightning is one of the few fighters that flies pretty much exactly the way that it did prior to 2.0. She can still boom and zoom quite readily. She is that fast. Rather than pulling directly up after initiating the attack, you want to blow past your target in the horizontal, boost with a slight up angle, and make your escape that way. The P-38F Lightning is able to reset a diving attack faster than any other Tier 5 heavy fighter. Tactics against the P-38F Lightning, just stay low. The 38 does not react to low altitudes very well. She bleeds off speed when the air is that thick, and if you can get her low and lumbering, she's a very simple target to deal with. So try to trap them in a turn, or if that, force them to bleed off energy at lower altitudes. It's not where they belong, and if you can sucker them into coming down there and fighting, they've pretty much handed you the fight. Otherwise, a smart P-38F Lightning fighter pilot will stay up high and only go after targets that are in his territory. I have a battle now for you, fighting up with my longtime wingman, Westron. Both of us are using lightnings to great effect, and I hope this demonstrates the lightning strengths. Good hunting.
Quite a few players on the enemy team. In fact, most of them are.
Good.
Let's see, I see 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 bots per team. Or what's our game
Cover
plan?
your allies, hit the enemy, and we shall win.
There's no command centers, so we don't have to worry about
Show me
bombers.
what you can do, pilot.
Catch this airbase.
Let's roll.
We climbing up high, or are we maintaining medium altitude?
Go to medium altitude. I'll climb that loiter away for you. Tail.
I'm
Woo,
joining
showing
with
off
you.
my America colors here. Yeah.
Alright. Low altitude defenders heading in.
Got some heavies up here.
See him.
Bow fighters are mine. Hungry for bow.
提督あれ忙しいの？僕少し運動したいな。
So now I've got idle Japanese voices coming across.
Not this. Ah!
Go Minasai! We fly as one. Incoming red.
See it. Stitched him pretty good.
Finished it. Got that one too.
P-47B up here and a 109E.
On the 109. Where you going, Hans?
We have like really close to hitting each other like 8 times now.
Blue Angels!
And for our next performance, a lot of enemy hanging out over the command center over there. Want to try and thin them out, or
Let's go do it.
there's a lot though. We have no.
Yeah, they're about to flip
It's all
that.
defensive. Yeah, they're gonna flip that. Let's wait.
Let's go take their base.
Oh, the airbase.
Well, I want some backup. for
Take-
that.
Yeah, let's hang with it, because what's gonna happen is they're gonna cap that, and then
Then they'll move.
we're gonna go. Then we'll move, and we'll hit them with a big blob, and then we can do our boom and zoom thing. Yeah, see, they just capped. But the
Now
blob's
our
heading for the.
oranges are
There we go.
south. Yeah.
Well, let's just hang with them. We'll be okay. Defense aircraft. Incoming players. Got a P-40 on you. I got a bunch of air defense craft on me.
Ha! I just blew up their repair facility. No repairs for you!
I need help on this P-40.
Straight climb over here. I'm looking for you.
I'm down below you,
I see you.
and I'm about to get it up the. Yeah, okay. I'm on your 109E that's chasing you.
40's down.
109E is still in pursuit. I think.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
what's chasing me.
Yeah, it's the 109E. I'm on him.
Oh,
He is breaking off.
something else.
Yeah, it's a heavy. It's I'm on him as well. He's broken off. I'm in critical damage, and I'm gonna turn back around once. Okay, there we go. Fucking that P-40 is back already.
忙しいの？
Respawn right on top of
僕、
us.
少し運動したいな。
Okay, at least I got the snack case. Shit, and I'm going down. Yeah, me too. We tied him up enough to get the base
Be
capture. So.
advised, a line of thunderstorms is approaching.
Respawn
We'll
over
soon be
base.
unable to provide support. Do you copy? Over.
Got incoming over here. P-47B.
Yeah.
I'm on him. Oh!
He's dead.
And there's more. 0. Mustang on the Mustang.
come under you, so be careful. God, I really can't wait for them to re-implement fucking flaps. I don't even understand why they removed that.
There's a heavy storm here. Unable to proceed. Returning to base. Do you copy?
We got no support yet. We haven't regrouped up. It keeps pinging an enemy plane over near this repair base. I don't get that. Where is it? Yep. Player. Let's get that.
What do you like for dinner? I'm kind of feeling like the Ruler Supreme platter.
Way to go. Victory is close.
Incoming players. Mustang and a Zeke. Zeke's dead.
Right, Mustang's,
On the Mustang.
He's got other problems now.
Head towards the center.
It's nice. High five. Oh, we got a target to the right. Light fighter. 109E.
Yeah. On him.
Has he seen us?
He has.
Alright, straight.
Ram.
Nice! He rammed you?
Yeah.
Weak. Yeah, this game's almost over. Once more into the breach.
And it's over.
Great job today. We'll be waiting for you back home.
Oh, what's that? Number 1?